Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Victoria 3. Don't be a menace to South Central America while drinking your juice in the hood. And welcome back to my normal streaming location. I'm finally out of my purple void. Yay, yay, yay. With a new camera. Hopefully it looks a lot better and won't be randomly blurry every now and then. Moving on up in the world, you know? All right. Let's dive in here. God, I feel like so last week I was on kind of a vacation, kind of. So I didn't do my full streaming schedule. This week we're back to the full one. So it's been a full week since we've been at this one. So let's catch up to where we are here. We're in the home stretch. It's 1904. So we have that going on. Oh, and wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Let me make sure everything's working by saying hello to myself. Hello, me. Uh, hello, me. All right. There we go. So, I am back. I am working. I am back. Hello, hello, hello. Let's do this. So we have the Panama Canal now. Hello, foul. Hello. While drinking your juice in the. Okay, I can't come up with that. I know, right? While drinking your juice not in the purple void. How about that one? We could do that. All right, so we have the Panama Canal. We have the Canal Company. So our prosperity target is 100. So once it gets to 100, we'll get an additional company slot. So we have that going. And when this gets prosperity, we're going to get a ton of tax income, and so we're really going to ramp up construction and a bunch of trade advantage. Hey, Paco, hello, welcome back, friend, welcome back. How are the exams going? Are you free, or are you still are you still bogged down in exam hell? I hope you're doing well. Let's see. So, we got refined steel. I believe that's us, yes. We have refined steel going. And we are ninth in the world. We need 100 more points of prestige to be a great power. So let's take a look at Guatemala here. Preparing for finals. Oh, my friend, you've been doing it, man. You've been doing it. Well, I hope they're going well for you. I hope they're going well. Okay, we are importing a lot. Look at that. We are importing a lot. We are not exporting as much as I would like. I would like to be exporting steel. Oh, that's right, that's right, I remember now. We have a big steel deficit. But we are exporting motors, which is good. Now, we do need to work on our trade advantage here. We don't have... Who are the biggest importers? The British and the Spanish. And where are our interests? So we have that going. Okay. We have interests there. Then we want the Portuguese and the Austrians. Well, we have the Portuguese there. We could use Austria. That gives us 2 more. We're not yet making automobiles, so we'll have to look at that. But the steel conglomerate, steel and iron. How is iron, or let's look at steel. So Sweden, we could do Sweden. Well, but we don't have a lot there. Oh, and we already have Sweden. What more do we need? Well, we could do the rest of South America. We have North China. Oh, we should do Bengal to get India in there, or the British Raj. So that looks good. What are we building? We're building some textile mills. We're building naval bases, so I'm doing that, I'm sure, to increase our power prestige. So I think we're good there. I think we're ready to go. We're getting public schools. All right, let's go the first unpause. Let's do this. Away we go. Oh, didn't we have... No, so we no longer have... Because I think we had an alliance with Great Britain at one point. Oh, wait, what are we getting here? So we have trade privileges with France, take on debt with Great Britain. And what's going on with our budget? Oh, we got some high taxes going. That's not great. How are our tax laws? So we've got a good tax law. So that's good. And where are we on tech? Oh, good. So we're doing human rights. And then I imagine we're working our way down, yes, to the combustion engine. Because once we get combustion engine, our motor company can start making automobiles. We are going to need oil. Do we have a good source of oil? Oh, what's this? In Erwin Dietzel's body of published works is a popular new book with a vision of what public schools might look like. Lawyers affiliated with the petite bourgeoisie say the contents are legally sound. So who's this guy? Okay, he's one of our industrialists. He's a radical. Petite bourgeoisie. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I would like to get up to our loan interest going down. Yeah, we could take on government expenses. But what are we at? We're at 43. I'll take this. I'd rather get the petite bourgeoisie a little bit happier. So we're earning tons of money. We could actually take on more construction here. Where's our uncollected taxes? In Guatemala. Are we over our taxation capacity? Let's take a look. We are. So we could use one more government admin there, unless... Yeah, we have everything there. Alright. Well, we might as well add it in. We have the budget for it. Let's get them over their taxation capacity. Let's put it up top. And let's add in... Yeah, that's right. Do I like having this stuff here? Okay, it seems like it's okay. So let's add one more everywhere. Well, actually, does Guatemala have the... Oh, there's a lot of unemployed people. Okay. So let's add some more construction at the top. And then we'll get the government admin. And then we'll get the naval bases. And... let's lower taxes. Because we don't want to stick with high taxes for too long. In fact, I would like to get it down here. So we'll work our way up there. Let's see if these taxes are efficient. 7K for 100. I would like to get transportation instead of tobacco. Not, well, not quite. Okay. Ah, the government admin is done. Okay. Oh, and you know, so we had a bunch of bureaucracy because we needed 1,000 temporarily to get the Panama Canal. We could probably scale down some of this government admin. The one thing though is that we're getting a full plus 5% state construction efficiency. What's nice about that is every single one of our states has a negative 10% state construction efficiency. We're getting plus 5% from this company. If we keep our bureaucracy at this, we fully counteract that construction inefficiency. So actually, we're probably going to keep this large bureaucracy balance. It doesn't seem to be hurting us too much at the moment. Private schools was on everyone's lips in every coffee house. Afterwards, Erwin Dietzel was ready to cross the industrialists to help pass the law. So we could increase that, possibly. How are the industrialists? Yeah, they're pretty happy. An exiled character with country culture, diplomatic catalyst is triggered between Prussia and Central America. Yeah, let's just do this. Keep things simple in our lives. Grandmaster Templar. Great name. Hello, welcome in. Do you have all DLC? Yes, I do. I have all the DLC. Whoa. Oh, no wonder this jump. Whoa, okay. I have underestimated how quickly our construction goes. Okay. Well, let's build some stuff. Damn. I was not prepared for that. Okay. Let's make sure construction goods are good. So we could use just a little bit more tools and glass in Antioquia. We'll do that. And let's build 2 each. And then we'll add. Can you host game on this save? Quickly, just click escape. I can join you then. Oh, yeah, I do. This is my ongoing series with Central America, and I kind of run it as a series, so I don't want to open it up to multiplayer. Thanks for asking, but I'm not doing a multiplayer session right now. And we'll add a construction sector there. Cundinamarca. We could probably add steel, glass, and tools here. Oh wait, I didn't give tools to any of these companies, did I? No, I did not. So we don't want to build steel because we want the company to build it there. But we can add 2 more here, and then we'll add 2 more construction sectors. We're kind of at the point in the game now, definitely, where we just want to increase construction. And so here we could use explosives, tools, and glass in Guatemala. Oh, so we're already building 2 of those. Wait, do I not have... Okay, there we go. And then we'll build 2 more construction sectors. And now we can pause. Thanks for the video you did on trade a few days ago. I haven't played since launch, and it was a great way to relearn. Hey, thank you. Thanks for watching it. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been fun working on all of these. I'm actually going to be releasing another video this week that focuses on treaty ports and how those work now, since they're very different in this new update. And also a little bit in the video about how you calculate this, or not this, the market price in your market. But mainly about treaty ports. But yeah, I'm glad it was helpful. All right. So we're doing that. Are we on? No, we are not. Okay, so after this, let's try to get to laissez-faire. Yes, that's right. We tried to. Oh, come on, United States. So we tried to do that and it failed. So we need 9 more months, which is fine because this will probably take that amount of time. So next we're going to try to move to laissez-faire. Take some of the cost of construction off of us. Ooh, the Conservative Party. So hopefully the Free Trade Party can catch up. Okay. All right. So we're moving along well. We're moving along okay. For now. So I guess the next thing to kind of think of here is, now that we're in the final third of the run, where are we trying to end the run here? The country's high standard of living has resulted in a widespread sense of contentment with the status quo, favoring Alejandro Barrios and the sitting Conservative Party in the ongoing elections. I don't want to give them more momentum. We're giving pop attraction to the landowners. The landowners are pretty far down there at the moment, so we could probably afford this. Who's this Barrios guy? Oh, great. A landowner ethno-nationalist. Keep an eye on that guy. The success that the United States of America has seen with its policies of public schools have been noticed by supporters of Erwin Dietzel, who point toward it as an example of ideal government. Okay, we could get 10% on this. Yeah, ew, right? A landowner ethno-nationalist. Yuck. Okay. We progressed by 1 phase, but the petite bourgeoisie goes down by 4. Well, we won't even lose the bureaucracy. We'll be farther away from the loan interest rate, but I think we're kind of... Actually, we're kind of going to need that. Well, then let me pause for a second here. If we got that, minus 20% on our loan interest rate. What is our loan interest rate at the moment? 9%. Yeah, let's do this and progress by 1 phase. Oh, and then we got another one. An audacious move by Erwin Dietzel saw a crowd publicly divided on a matter close to home. Saw a crowd... Oh yeah, publicly divided on a matter close to home. The Free Trade Party's explicit support of child labor. Damn, come on, guys. Well, we want them in power, so we're gonna do that. Okay. We need to make up this gap. We really need to lower this momentum. That's really what we need. Alright, so we're going into debt, but it's not so bad. Let's take a look at our market here. I wish our company would build more steel. Well, we're definitely building motor industries. That much is for sure. Like, we just generally need more steel. Oh, there we go. Okay, they got a bit in the works here. See, this is where we need to get to. I mean, I probably should have gone to laissez-faire much quicker than this, but whatever. Coulda, woulda, spenda. Alright. Now, we can look to expand into Mexico a little bit. Something I like to call revenge for last night's Gold Cup final between Mexico and the United States, where they beat us. Boo, boo, boo. That Gold Cup win is going to cost you the Yucatan and Veracruz. So, that's what that revenge is the dish best served in an industrial era simulation video game. Supporters of Social Democratic Party have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. Yeah, we don't want to lose any more approval of the petite bourgeoisie. So sorry, Social Democratic Party. But, I mean, you're pretty far down there anyway. You weren't going to really do anything in this election, let's be honest. Ah, corporate state. We can get ourselves another company. We'll take a look at that in a moment. The Catholic Church have traditionally taken on some responsibility for the education in Central America. As the new system of public schools is built, the question of their role in organizing these schools has become central to the reform. Yeah, we don't want to give them more political strength. We can make it take longer, sure. Hey, El Loco, hello. The election momentum seems bugged. It should reset each election, but in my games it doesn't, and each party has at least plus 200% momentum 60 years in. Yeah, that's interesting, right? I don't know if that's... Well, I don't know. Would that be more accurate? Because after an election, a party still has certain momentum, right? Although I hear what you're saying, because it does make it very difficult to overthrow a party if they're just always having that much momentum. So I don't know. I think, though, I don't know if it's a bug. I think it's more a design choice. I think they want that to be the case. And that's probably why it hasn't changed. I wonder if a mod can change that. I've never created a mod. I'm not big into creating them. But I imagine there could be a good mod for that. Ironclads. Oh, hold on a second here. So which one of our naval bases is using it? And do we not have... Oh, actually I can look this way. We have ironclads here. Actually, I don't... Why am I looking at the naval bases? I don't need to look at the naval bases. Let's look at the military shipyards. Somebody should be making this. So we have... Oh, this isn't ours. Oh, so the one in Guatemala... The tooltip says otherwise. It says it should... Oh, does it? Oh, interesting. Good catch. Good catch. A value that is randomized at start of election plus changes from events adjustment... Let's see. Oh, here we go, yeah. So the success of a party's election campaign, momentum increases the number of votes a party gains on election day and is, nullified thereafter. Momentum can be affected by random chance, specific events, and the popularity of its party leader. So I wonder... I wonder, though, if the special events and the popularity of the party leader carry on. That is my reading. It doesn't seem to randomize. Yeah. And can be affected by random chance. Let's see. What is our... So, see, the leader of this party is liked. So that might be why they started with that momentum. And then the industrialists is kind of neutral. But they started off with that massive momentum. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, it is kind of a bug. It doesn't seem to reset. I've never really noticed that. That's interesting. That should be something addressed. Okay, so maybe we might switch the production method of these ships, because how many man of wars do we need now? Oh, we need like 100 of them. It's actually these, or there's not that much. Okay, so we might need... Look at this steel. We need to get this hired up, because we're paying a ton of money for this. I guess we'll just subsidize it for now and see where it goes. The Conservative Party won by quite a landslide. Oh man, yeah. If we reform this government, we're gonna have to throw these guys in there, and I don't want to do that. So we're probably gonna keep it as is. Because we want the industrialists in there. Wait, the industrialists don't want laissez-faire. Well, that's very interesting. Who the hell is leading these guys? A modernizer. Huh. Well, I don't like that. I love that this industrialist has no, doesn't care about our economic policy. Alright, so who can we get to lead our industrialists? Oh, we can't get anybody right now because we have a cooldown going. So in 2 years. Alright, we'll revisit it in 2 years. Oops. Alright, so we could use some more Monet. So we could use some more profitable buildings. A luxury furniture. See, steel. And luxury clothing. And we could kind of use clothing in general. Maybe we increase that a little bit. So where do we have workers? Ah, yes. Put one there. Yeah. Now, we kind of need more workers here. This is why I want to go after these two. Oh, they don't have any more. But they do have a lot here. So if we went after Veracruz, what's the rest of the world going to think of that? Austria and Prussia. So the US will just sit out of it. But we will end up taking on Austria and Prussia. What if we just made them a protectorate? Then Spain joins in. Okay. Let's take a look. I forgot, too. We have some colonies going over here. Whoa. We got outpaced on this one. Did we end up getting... Yeah, we didn't end up getting a lot of people. Alright. Well, that's kind of done. Yeah, we're not going to be able to colonize anywhere else. So we can't really reach any of these states. Chile did their Chile thing. Alright. We could also, we could also use some more trade centers. We should be working some trade out of these places, especially Antioquia. How are we doing with a trade center here? We got 5 levels. They're using all of it. Now, the problem with trade centers is I really want these companies to build them. Oh, actually, so what we should be doing... Yeah, Fat Chile. Yeah, every run... I have never once in this game seen Argentina actually become modern-day Argentina. Chile always beats them to it. I wonder what the deal with that is. Chile always becomes just the tip. Alright. Yeah, the other thing we should be doing here is making the steel mills easier to build. By making their input goods more affordable. You know, we should be... Let's encourage some imports of it. And then tools... Yeah, because we're running kind of low on workers, so I would like to import this stuff. What is our trade policy, actually? We might want to move to free trade. Just to increase our trade advantage. So we'll look at that. Now, we can also just start going ham cuts on tools and stuff. Yeah, and also we are... We should be getting... Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, we're getting plus 9%. Oh, hello, public schools. We're getting 9% throughput bonus for using our prestige steel here. From 48%. Well, that's an interesting thing. What is steel here? I can never find anything on the local goods list. Here we go. Yeah, what is it talking about? We have 100% refined steel here. I'll have to take a look at that. But let's build up more tooling. I want just a ton of coal here. Yay learning. Yeah, yay learning. So look at that. I'm glad I ended up not getting rid of some of those government admins to lower our excess bureaucracy, because it turns out we needed them. We can also increase that. Oh, okay, we already had it up. All right. So now, nobody likes laissez-faire. Why on earth? Do we have a movement we could exploit? With the soundtrack of the Central American Gabon oil... Oh, hello, vulcanization. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we're going to look at that in a moment. With the groundwork of the Central American Gabon oil industry complete, its appeal and promise is waning among those seeking to carve out their own fortune. Well, we don't want to lower the migration attraction there, because we need people there. We don't have any oil extractors there, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, good, we're getting pump jacks spreading, so we can actually start building these oil things. So let's take a look here. Yeah, the communist movement is going to like it. The corporatist movement. Oh, yeah, yeah. So we do kind of want to move to a corporate state. We'll get some authority. Let's compare it to what we have so far. Oh, nobody likes it. We go to Council Republic. Yeah, nobody wants this corporate state, but we could get another company. I would like that. And a company charter. Yeah, so we'd get another free one. +2 government size allowance. Yeah, so we could have a more legitimate government. I don't want to go to Council Republic for this one. I actually wouldn't mind a corporate state. Okay, so but let's focus here. We want laissez-faire. So the corporatist movement is not going to help us. The labor movement definitely won't. Yeah, there it is, laissez-faire, yeah. They don't like it. The liberal movement, I don't think cares. Modernization movement is neutral on it. Positivist movement doesn't care. So yeah, we don't really have a movement for this. What we need is to get a better industrialist. So here's what we could do, because they just generally want this. It's because of this leader. So actually, if we did switch to Erwin Dietzel, the industrialists will start to support it. Now, before we do this, let's take a look at what we are getting with this guy. So he's an alcoholic. Alright. So we're getting 2% political strength. And if he becomes the leader, we would get that power projection. And what would we get with this guy? Ooh, if this guy becomes the leader, we'd get extra construction. But if he stays an agitator, we get... Oh, we're getting plus 10% throughput for the heavy industries. Oh, and he's compliant. Ah, this guy sucks. I forgot about that. But he's actually pretty good as an agitator. Okay. So when we reach 1907, we need to get a new industrialist agitator in here. When does that cooldown end? May 26th, so in about a year. Man, I forgot we were getting throughput bonuses for heavy industries. So, like... steel mills are heavy industry, right? Maybe not. Arms industry, no. I always forget which ones count as the heavy industries. Let me Google it real quick. I look it up all the time and I always forget. Yeah, steel mills. Steel mills, motor, munitions, synthetics, electric. Hold on, what's going on with my feed here? Okay. Okay, so, yeah, we should be getting throughput bonuses in our steel mills from that guy. It's not really translating. Well, let's take a look at our motor industries. Ooh, look at that. Plus 20% from 100% prestige goods input. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we're really getting it from that guy. Well, we'll leave it as is for now. And hurry this up. So... So we're going to start, we're really in the midst of deficit spending. So now we need to keep an eye on what is our debt limit compared to our debt. So what percentage, let's clock it right now. So 6.12 million, divide that by our debt limit of 38.15. So we're using about 16% of our debt. So let's remember that. April 1906, we're using 16%. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll just keep the number 16 up on the calculator. And then we can keep an eye on it. And let's continue to increase construction. And actually, I should have set automatic expansions on certain things much sooner. Like coal. Oh, whoops, come on. Coal, where are you? Coal, where are you? There you are. Yeah, so coal. Not iron, because these guys are doing that. Tools. Basically, anything for construction industries I want to set. So, the tooling workshop. Glass. And, I always forget, what's the other one? Oh, and explosives. Let's set explosives, which also means... Ooh, hello. Has the U.S. tried to put you in their sphere? No, they haven't, because for some reason they just, like, hate us. They're belligerent. I think they want to, like, take us over. And so they haven't really tried for it. Though I haven't looked at who's influencing us. Okay, so their power block... oh, no. Who's the United Front? Oh, the French power block. Yeah. So, no, the U.S. isn't trying to get us. It's the French trying to get us. Workers at the rubber plantations in Central American Gabon are being severely mistreated. Mutilation has become a common punishment for perceived failures. Yeah, we can lower the throughput because we're not really doing much with rubber right now, which we should be soon. So, explosives, which also means, though, we want to expand sulfur, fertilizer, and paper. So, paper, where are you? Fertilizer. And sulfur. Am I an idiot? Where's my sulfur? Oh, oh, wait. No, we got sulfur mines. In New Guinea. Oh, so we don't have any yet. Well, first of all, let's build one there. Oh, let's keep an eye on that. See, things you forget when you go like a week in between the runs. Okay, we need some sulfur. Why are we tariffing imports? No, bring them in. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. Yeah, uh-oh, let's put a stop on that Leopold III stuff. I know, right? Actually, let me take a look. What is their power block about? A military treaty. Yeah, it's not really something that interests me. I mean, it's not... God, I got an itch on my leg. That's why I'm bouncing around here. Oh, look, there's a little kid in the power block. Who's this guy? Hijaz. Hey, little buddy. Colonial offices. Yeah, we're not colonizing all that much this run. We kind of got a late start on it. Police organization. This one kind of doesn't interest us. What is the U.S. one? They usually got the Trade League, but I also don't want to get into their market. Russia, always a sovereign nation. No, thank you. Prussia, Trade League. Not bad. Austria's one. Ideological. I would love it if somebody had the construction ideology. Military. And a trade league. Nope. I mean, we could start our own. I mean, we kind of could, actually. And try to get the construction company. Because the construction company is, like, just one of the best companies to have. Alright, good. Our auto queue is helping out here. Okay, maybe we can add another... Yeah, luxury furniture or transportation. Yeah, let's do that. Because we don't want something that affects everybody. Want to tax the rich. So in April 1907, we'll double check how much we've increased our percentage of debt. Whoa. Why are we building millions of dye plantations? Do we not have any in our market? That's... Oh, there it is. Ah. Wait. Why am I... There it is. Well, let's... Maybe we can export some of it. I don't know. Alright. Ah, did we reach... Yes. Let's slow down for a second here. We reach prosperity with the canal company. So we get another company. So what do we want? Let's go shopping for a company. So what can we get right at the get-go? Well, we don't have a lot of access to sulfur, so I don't know about that. This will impede on our steel company. Yeah, dye. Dye is the wave of the future. Maybe the textile consortium. And what's attainable? See, I don't know why now under attainable companies it gives you stuff that's like so far away from what you need. We don't have enough gold for that. So there's no other historical companies that we can really go for. Yeah. Well, wait. What about generic companies? Yeah, now I'm just really in the weeds here. Okay. So, something that's going to make us some money, right? Like... Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Fowl. Given how much dye we're going to have, textiles isn't crazy. And we really do need more textile mills. And it's something we can export. Like, what are clothes on the world market right now? So there's more exports of it. Let's take a look at the world market. What would be... What's the most expensive? Yeah. Automobiles. We're going to get in on that. And motors. Interesting. Fertilizer. But that's not going to be good for us because we don't have readily available sulfur. Paper. There is paper. Meat. There is meat. Yeah, clothes. Now we could just go... What are dyes, actually? There's a company for dyes. Oh. No. Everybody's exporting dyes. I would like to get another prestige good. What was the one that gives our fertilizer? Yeah, this one. But we don't get a prestige good with it. Now, we don't necessarily need a prestige good. Radicals from political movements. I mean, this might be helpful because it looks like the communist movement is really going to start ramping up. And this one, I always end up leaning into it. And I figured this one I don't. We could try to go for prestige. What's fruit on the world market? Is that something worth going for? Where's fruit? No, everybody's got fruit. Nobody cares about fruit. Okay. Now meat was one. Oh, the attain. Yeah, I don't want those. Oh, well, actually, I should look at the generics under the attainable companies, because it's possible we could do that. Yeah, look at that. Fertilizer. Oh, no. These are the synthetics plants, not the dyes. Okay. You know, we could use this birth rate. What's groceries on the world market? Well, there's an abundance of that. But we could use an increase to birth rate. We don't need Navy offense. We don't need that. So we could get more influence if we went with the dye plantations. Why can't we get this? Well, we're about to have 5 dye plantations. I can tell you that much. Oh, look at this. We might be able to get this. Any Central American state strategic region is Mexico. And you have 5 levels of oil rigs. Oh, migration attraction. Central American oil. Where can we build oil? Do we have a lot of it? Oh, well, hold on. We can't build it yet because we don't have pump jacks. But if we wanted to, where do we have it? Or, yeah, is it going to show us? And I forget if it'll show us if we don't have pump jacks. I gotta make a decision here. I'm taking way too long. I apologize to the stream. I am taking way too long to figure this out. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I should probably just go for this. I could use the additional loyalists. We could use throughput on glass for our construction. And then furniture. Oh, well, we have an abundance of it. Okay, maybe not. Oh, yeah, but we could really use glass. Yeah, I know. Go for oil, right? I feel like... Let me look at oil. Where do we have... I want to look at the resource potentials for oil. Because that increase to migration attraction would be nice. Yeah, see... Oh, well, Panama has some. We're not really going to be able to do much. Like... So prestige goods give you a benefit when it comes to trading on the world market. If you have a prestige variant of something, people are going to want it more than the generic one. Although, look, there's already 2 prestige good furniture. Oh my god, Smirnoff vodka. I didn't know that was one of them. That's amazing. There's already English upholstery. So there's that. Also, your pops will consume it much more. Then there's other benefits. So, for example, we have refined steel. So buildings that use 100% of this as an input get a throughput bonus. So for example, let's take a look at... So we're getting plus 20% throughput for using 100... Actually, you could have less than 100% of the input good. You just get less of this, but at 100%, you get a plus 20% throughput bonus for the input being a prestige good. So you also have that. Actually, what... Remind me the inputs for the steel mills. Can't believe I'm being so indecisive about this. So we already have a company doing iron. Yeah, you know, we could get prestige tool, make our own prestige tools. How are tools in our market? Yeah, we have an abundance of them. Actually, could we use infrastructure? No, because I want railroads for that. Oh, I would actually... I would love a good old railroad company. Isn't there a generic railroad company? I thought there was. Not anymore, maybe? Potential companies? But these are going to be all historical ones. Yeah, I would love a good old railroad. Let me look through the list one more time because I think I was overlooking. Yeah, these are all blah, 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 blah. Did I miss it? I thought there was a generic railroad company. Am I just nuts? I think I'm just nuts. And an idiot. Unless there's a company I'll be able to add railroads to. Yeah, kind of like... Oh, are we in potential now? I don't want to look at the potentials list. Alright, for damn sakes, just pick one. Tam cuts, just pick one. You know, the other thing is we have investment rights, right? Or in other countries. No, we don't. Maybe I will just go with this one. We can get some designer clothes. People will be happy about it. And we have... What's fabric in our country? Not good. Oh, but I'll be able to add fabric to it. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's go for the textile one. Make it more profitable. So let's see who we got as an executive. Benito Hernandez. Is he going to give us anything? Nothing. Alright, so they have the 5 in Antioquia. So... yeah. Do we have access to silk? I don't think we do. You know... Hold on, crap. I forgot. We do have access to opium. What was the opium company? I forgot we have a state with opium. Ugh. I hate this list. Yeah, now they're all going to be mixed in here. Okay, what was the opium company? There it is. Oh. Pure opium. The prestige good of pure opium. What's opium on the world market? Is there a... Oh, there is. Yeah, I think we made the right choice. Alright, more construction. Oh, we've maxed out Guatemala. The purest opium will be ours. Okay, so we do want... I want to give them cotton plantations and monopoly rights on textiles. Yeah, clothes, not drugs. Stay with clothes, kids. Don't do drugs. Do clothes. Alright, so... Not bad there. Alright, let's see, what are we... We're at like an hour, 12 minutes. So I'm going to take a very quick break. Just go to the bathroom. Get myself some more water. So very, very quick break. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. And we're back. Snort khakis. A rail of capris, a dab of acid wash denim. That should be how we advertise our clothes coming out of Central America. Do a snort of khakis. But they'll be in the style of those chipper happy Old Navy commercials. Hey, Barney! 1K subscribers, Mr. Beast. Beast, we are coming. Hell yeah, right? I'm coming for you. Yeah, we got over the 1K subscribers mark. It's kind of exciting. Now, now our army needs another person. That's what we need. I hate it when they give you ones like this. Offensive planner plus 5% offense. But he's also romantic. Negative 10% offense. Useless. We could go with this guy. We have a defensive strategist. Who's in our National Guard? Do both of these guys have... Alright, yeah, I might just move this guy over to the cavalry. So that's what we'll do. You will go here. And then Doroteo Morazan will go to the cavalry. You just found a Banana Republic clothes. Yeah, that's right, I did. Oh, I should get the fruit company. Have clothes and fruit, have a real Banana Republic. I believe you'll be able to become a big VicTuber in the field. Maybe. Maybe we shall see. And then I'll get to wear a special VicTuber crown, right? It would be like, congratulations, sir. When I walk down the street, I'll be like, excuse me, I'm a VicTuber. People will be like, the hell are you talking about? The hell is a VicTuber? I'll walk around with like an industrialist hat on and a cane. Be like, excuse me, sir. Just put on some like 19th century affected accent. Don't you know who I am? I'm a VicTuber. I don't even know what that I am the worst. I'm the absolute worst at accents. So I never try them. And sometimes I forget to not try them. And then just have people be like, who the hell are you? I'll be like, it's the game, Victoria 3. And they're like, the hell is Victoria 3? That's how that goes. Alright, we need to be building things. So what we can do, actually, until we can make... ooh. Whoa, they are building. Okay, until we can have them make their own cotton, we should be making it a little bit more affordable ourselves. Hey, Gabon, you might as well build one there. We don't have a lot of people left, though. Oh. Just build a couple more. Just be careful. Prestige corrupts. Your title of VicTuber places you in the American aristocracy. Yeah. One of those faux aristocrats. You know, it's funny. I used to have a job working as a bank teller back in the day. And it was always so funny to me because, you know, people will come and make deposits, so you'll see their accounts. And it was always like the people who came in with like expensive looking clothes and expensive watches and stuff like that. And you pull up their account and they had like no money and in tons of debt. And the people that you would pull up that actually had a bunch of money in their account, they were in like sweatshirts and sweatpants. Like you would have no idea. So you walk around with like the top hat and the cane. That is a good indication that you ain't got any money, buddy. Oh, hey, TackMind. Hello. Hi. The 1.9 update made the game so much better. Yes, absolutely. Thanks a lot, especially for the videos. Mind if I ask you something? Thank you for dropping in, and thanks for the compliment. Absolutely. I love answering questions about the update. Go for it. Ooh, what do we have input shortages in here? The urban center. Ah, human rights. Here we go. It is multiculturalism time. Start getting some people. Boo! Oh my god. You know, I did forget to check this. I've got nobody that wants it. Nobody wants multiculturalism. Oh, man. Bro, this is very real. Usually those who try to look rich, yeah, are those who have never been rich and get into debt when buying the latest iPhone for status. Exactly. There's people who are wealthy. Those are the ones with like the sweatpants and sweatshirts that you would never know. Then there's like the super rich. People like Jeff Bezos, who rent out the entire city of Venice for his wedding. Now that's there's a different level of wealth where you're just flashy because the money doesn't actually mean anything to you. Like he rented out the entire like city of Venice for his wedding. It cost like $50 million, and the amount of money that is compared to his wealth would be like the equivalent of like $50 to somebody. So it was like a dinner. The cost of going out, not even, it costs more than that to go to dinner nowadays. I guess dinner by yourself. But yeah, most people who are like well off aren't flashing their money around. I have got to stay on top of construction here. August 1907. Let's double check. Well, you see, okay, so this isn't a good gauge now because we've been getting a lot of money because we haven't been building as much. You know, we need... Can we just take over the rest of New Granada? That would actually be nice. My mother is in a comfortable financial condition that allows me to eat barbecue every day. See, yeah, that's the type of way you flex your wealth. At home with some nice goods, which are barbecue. That's the way you do it. Okay. New Granada. New Granada. If we went after you, Russia would join in. You know, what would be nice is if we could get some type of alliance going. Can we get another alliance with you guys? I don't really want to give you investment rights. You wouldn't even take it if we did give you investment rights, so forget you. What about France? Nobody wants to ally with us. What if we just made them a protectorate? Russia would still join in. And probably the Netherlands. And what about, for me, a certain level of wealth makes sense, but there comes a point where the zeros stop making a difference. Like, bro, you don't even need to work anymore. Why have more money? Yeah, I know, right? I think the idea, the fact that there are billionaires is always, I think a lot of times people forget what exactly $1 billion is, right? Like, what was it I was reading before? It was like, if you made like 50, I think it was like, if you made like 50 grand a year, starting from the time of Jesus until today, you still wouldn't have $1 billion. I think it was 50 grand a year. Like, that is a staggering statistic right there to put into perspective just how much money that is. Too much money. You have way too much wealth accumulated at that point. The rise of the communist regime in Sweden, whoa, look at Sweden, has spurred a sense of terror and mistrust across Central American society. Many fear that Central America will be the next default to communism. I don't want to piss the trade unions off. Because we could use, honestly, we could really use their workforce ratio. But losing 3 in everybody else... But we could use 2% of lower strata pops. And everybody but the trade unions loses momentum. Well, let's go for it. I know. Communist Sweden. Oh no. What the hell is going on over there, guys? Let's take a look. And they're wary of us. Look at that Swedish flag. Wowzers. And Norway is like, yeah, we're good. If I had $1 million, bro, I'd live the Texas dream. A hat, a ranch, and a tree. If I had $1 million, I would still have to continue to work. That's what's nuts. If you had $1 million, you still would not be set for life. You would still have to work. You'd be a lot more comfortable, but you wouldn't be able to, like, go give your job the middle finger and walk out. You'd still need that job, and that's what's crazy. Alright, let's make sure we're on top of construction goods. So we need more glass in Antioquia. Oh, let's make sure we're staying... Yeah, we need more lead as well. So, do we have a source of lead? Yes, we do. So let's stay on top of that. How about Cundinamarca? Tools and glass. And then just keep it coming. At this point, let's lower taxes a little bit. Let's raise those guys. And let's do that. Oh, and you know, wait, TacMine, did I miss? You had a question you wanted to ask. I'd love to answer it. Let me make sure my program didn't just miss it. No. Okay. Just double checking that. I think this is healthier, however. It stops you from living in inertia, like you have a safe haven, but you still have to do something. Yeah, exactly. Although the way things are going, everyone's safety net is diminishing and diminishing because everything is not going well. But at least we're in it together. Alright, so what do we have going on here? The emergence of a powerful communist regime in a foreign country has aroused fears among certain segments of the population that Central America will be the next to fall to communism. Domestic political currents with left-wing agendas have fallen under the scrutiny of anti-communist forces as they are accused of being harbingers of bloody revolution and agents of foreign powers. So if we don't enact Council Republic, or we don't have civil war with progress greater than 75%. But hey, $1 million is hard, but $1 million in debt is a Friday. Yeah, right? Well said, my friend. $1 million debt is just, we call that Friday night. We call that Tuesday. Who are they going to war with? Oh, Wallachia. We could get... Hey, we are a great power, my friends. We made it to great power. With great power comes great debt. Look at that. Oh, here, TacMine, hello. Is it possible to control which types of buildings get constructed using the investment pool funds? Yeah. It kind of is. So in general, the private sector is going to build a building that's going to be profitable, right? Now, when it comes to companies, companies can only build like certain buildings. So when first, let's look at like the manor houses and the financial districts. But him, you look like someone who would live in a scary place like Ohio. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not Ohio. I have not. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with Ohio, but I've never lived in Ohio. I've always been an East Coaster. So generally speaking, it's like if you want to dissuade the private sector from building something, you'd want to depress the price. So like right now, the manor houses are going to make banana plantations. Let's take a look. So they're kind of, we have a surplus, but you can see the price is right around 0. So they're not super cheap. If we wanted to dissuade that, we could really start importing fruit, make the price super cheap, and then we wouldn't be getting that as much anymore. Same thing with tobacco. So tobacco is right around 0, right? But something that they probably would not build in our market would be like we're not going to see any. We're probably not going to see any more dye plantations. There might be some because they're still on the list. But yeah, you see here we had a whole bunch of dyes added in. So now we're not going to have that because the price of dye is like super cheap at this point. So you can kind of manipulate the queue by fluctuating the prices with trade. Though I have to say, I find this to be a little bit more difficult in the later stages of the game once you have a much larger economy. At the beginning of the game, when your economy is much smaller, you can kind of manipulate that because you don't have as much to work with. But let's say like, so we had a steel shortage, and I'm trying to export steel. So we're trying to catch up on this. So one thing we did was we went to, when you look at the steel mills, you look at their inputs. So iron is one thing a company builds, so we didn't want to touch that, but we built a whole bunch of coal and tools. It looks like we need to keep going with that. And once we did that, we got more steel mills being built by the company because now it's going to be profitable for them to build it. If the input goods are so expensive that building another level won't make it profitable, they won't build it. So that's another way you can kind of manipulate the private construction queue. But like I said, it gets a little bit more difficult later stages of the game when your economy is much bigger. But the one thing you should be doing in later stages of the game, like now, is we're just really building construction sectors and the input goods for construction sectors and letting the private queue build everything else. Because we have such a large number of construction points at this point. Because we want everything to be privately owned. So we want them to be building those. So that's kind of how you manipulate it. And that's sort of how they choose what buildings to build. So you can influence it, but you can't have a full-on direct control of it. If that answers your question. I found out the other day that the capital of New York is Albany. What's in Albany? 2 people? Yeah. I know, a lot of people think the capital of New York is New York City. It's not. There's actually an historical reason for that. Like a story in history about it. And I totally forget what it is. I forget what the reason was. I think it had something to do with where the city is in comparison with the Hudson River and having closer access to the Great Lakes. I think it was because it's up around here somewhere. Whereas New York City's like all the way down here. So I don't entirely remember what that reason was, but it's something like that. But yeah. Yeah, Albany is just like it's just the capital. That's pretty much all that's there. Or not all this. I mean, it's a large city. There's a lot of people who live there, but it's not known for anything else other than being the capital. Although that's a very New York City thing to say about any other city north of New York City. The backlash against the politics of the Swedish communists has led to mounting pressure on the progressive leaders of the rural folk to explicitly denounce the government of Sweden. Yeah, we can lower theirs, yeah. For the radical cause, not the Swedish one. We'll do that one. Alright, good. Oh, look at this. Immigration. It has been suggested that we take and distribute some pictures of our country's most famous landmarks. Let's take the prestige. Hey, we bumped up to 8th. Yeah, of course. No problem. Man, okay, let's slow down. We cannot keep up with construction. You know, we can also build in other countries, right? Like, oh no, we can't. Alright, we should get some foreign investment rights. Oh, let's continue to build cotton. Problem is we're kind of out of workers. By the way, Chelsea will play in New York. It's a shame they'll be humiliated by Fluminense. Honestly, the way the tournament is going, it's true. Let me tell you something that pisses me off. We're going to start adding some labor-saving PMs to things. Oh, yeah, let's go to that. So the rest of... Oh, yeah, and... Sorry. And we're going to subsidize this. So that'll add to our prestige. About the Club World... So the rest of the Club World Cup... Oh, sorry, hold on. Look at this. Oh, yeah, automatic irrigation. Use those engines. And oil rigs. All right. The rest of the Club World Cup is in the New York area here. And what I find really annoying about it is that the games are at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. And the reason for that, I know, is because they're catering to the European audience. Who is gonna? You have to leave work early in order to go to those games. So clearly the games are being played here, but they're not being played for the audience here. I think it's ridiculous. Like, I can't go to them because I need to pick up my kids at 5. I would love to go see Chelsea play in the Club World Cup. I'd love to go see Real Madrid play PSG. But I also can't just leave my kids hanging at the bus stop. It's ridiculous. The game should be at night. So clearly, this tournament is for the European audience. And I find that really annoying. Oh, man. Shandong. I would love to do that, but... Alright, let's take a look at this. Let's have a tournament in America for Europeans to come and watch the games. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Chris Bryan, thank you for the subscription. Welcome in, friend. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, exactly. It's so ridiculous. When the games are in Europe, I wake up early and watch the games. You don't put the games in the evening for the American audience, so... But I could go on a whole rant about the European colonization of soccer. Look at this. I've never seen a game this late where the U.S. didn't reach the West Coast. So they're the 5th ranked army. Yeah, we need to... We are not an army that can mess with the United States. What? No, unpause. Why did that unpause? I would love to get some investment rights, man. With this construction queue I have... Oh, they do have Russia on their side, though. And what's Russia gonna do? Regime change. I don't know, though. This could be... What is their navy? 99. We have a decent navy, so we could probably defend naval invasions, unless the U.S. got anybody... Got, like, Mexico or anybody on their side. I don't know if we want to do this. There is the possibility of a reverse sway. Nah, I don't think this is in the cards for us. But those investment rights, though. Yeah, look at that. We have 100 standing army. They have more conscripts than we have standing army. What's Russia's military? So Russia can mess with the US. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do we do this? I'm kind of split on this one. This will massively put us into debt. Something similar was America's Cup. Yeah, they used to have that tournament. We just had the Gold Cup. I mean, we had the Gold Cup as well. Or, but yeah, the club competition. It was like the Intercontinental Cup at one point. By the way, I got a video card. Oh, nice. It's better than my old one. Now I just need one more part, and I'll update in Vic 3. Very nice. What's the extra part that you need? No, we are not going to take this. I don't think this is something we could take on. We're going to sit out of this one. Who do they have on their side? Oh, Oh, they got the Heavenly Kingdom. Oh man, this is gonna be... one big war. You need some RAM. Okay. Nice, but the video card's the biggest hurdle. You gotta get back in. Gotta get back in the game. Literally. We gotta build. We're putting a lot of stress onto our... You know, let's build up some universities. We're putting a lot of stress on our investment pool. Let's get qualifications up everywhere. And then maybe some more paper mills. Oh yeah, and okay, hold on. I need to be working towards this. I got distracted. We need multiculturalism because we need a lot more migration. So we can get another agitator. So let's get somebody... yeah, only show me the available ones. Here we go. A trade unionist. An anarchist. It's all the trade unions. I wish I could get somebody else. Okay. So let's pause for a second. Let me take a look. Who would be the better trade unionist? Political movement, pop attraction. I know this is a social democrat. Don't care about that. Jonathan Carr. Wrathful. Ooh, plus 20% political movement activism. That will help us get multiculturalism passed if he joins the labor movement. Their activism will add to the enactment success chance. Though we'll have to also do everything else they want here. Yeah, we'll never get laissez-faire. Okay. So the anarchist, political movement, pop attraction. This guy will lower the activism. Pop attraction. And that's us. That's it. Burnside. Well, I really need multiculturalism. What would be the best? I'm tempted to take this guy. He will really help with this one thing. But once that one thing gets passed, hold on to your hat. All right. Jonathan Carr, I think you're going to be our guy. He'll also help us get women's suffrage. That'll be helpful. Okay. If a person steals someone's job and another person steals that person's job, the first person was robbed twice? I don't think so. I think once, by the transitive property of stealing, the first person is no longer part of the equation. I think that's how that works. But then, I've never stolen a job. How would I know anything about that? Okay. So, we've got this guy now. So let's take a look at the labor movement. So there he is. So humanitarian. So not enough activism yet. So we got to get them activated. Oh, nice. Feminism is spreading. We'll be able to get women's suffrage and get more workers. Now, along with this guy... Man, I wish they would... I'm really tempted to throw this guy out of the industrialists. because I really need to go to laissez-faire. I really want to. Problem is, the labor movement is going to be real pissed about it now. Imagine the scene, hey, hands up and put down that shovel. I work here now, go home. Yeah, getting a job stolen at gunpoint. I mean, hey, it's kind of what the United States is doing to people right now, except they're not taking over the job that was vacated, but arresting people for working. The Anti-British Society has offered us an opportunity to establish foreign investment rights. Agreement with Johor. Yeah, we'd be happy to do this. Where are you guys? How many workers do you have here? None. Well, this would be kind of useless then. A minor scandal has buzzed around the Liberal Party as a piece of reformist fiction written by Jonathan Carr in his youth has begun to circulate once more. Whilst enthusiastically written, that is the work's only merit. Oh, look at this, the Radical Party. Let's pause here. Let me take a look at the Radical Party. Do we want them? So it would be the trade unionist who becomes the leader. So more authority. Though we are slowly getting our way closer to communism. Improved relation speed. Now, if this guy Jonathan Carr were the leader, what do we get as a ruler? Authority and more authority. And what are we getting with this guy? Oh, plus 10% prestige. Authority. I kind of want to keep the Liberal Party here. But we're losing some authority because he's compliant. Okay. Oh! I picked the wrong one on that one. Damn. Okay. If acted upon, their proposal will help strengthen our relationship to enemies of Great Britain. Oh. Oh, the anti-British... No, what am I doing? I don't want to do this. Yeah, good thing we stayed out of that. Oh, now, oh, one question, is New York dangerous, or are people... People are exaggerating. It's just, it's always so funny. The conservative media in this country will sometimes play these stories where it's like, they literally say, New York City is a battleground right now. And then, you know, like, you walk outside and you're just like, people going to school, shops opening. I mean, I don't know. It's just so funny. Oh, hold on. Let me read this, and I'll finish my thought. While campaigning for additional support, Erwin Dietzel pointed to Bali as an example for how the Free Trade Party would strengthen foreign ties. How far down is the Free Trade Party? Yeah, sure. I think we'll do. When me and my wife go visit family that are far away from the city, they'll say to us like, Man, how is it over there? We hear on the news it's like it's really bad. Like, it's fine. Like, you walk outside and it's just literally like quiet. More people die every day in New York than in the entire World War One. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what people try to make it sound like, right? I think part of the problem, at least in the United States here, is there's an older generation that still thinks of New York City as it was in the 80s. Um, and in the 80s, it was pretty bad. And then things changed, and now it's much different. But you'll hear people say things like, you can't walk home on the street at night. And it's like, I mean, it's like any other city in the world. Like, I'm not going to say there's literally no crime in the city, but it's like living in a city. You know? It's not especially dangerous. Alright, we need to figure this out. We need to increase investment pool contributions. We need to keep building. We're not building enough. In their campaign for the upcoming election, the Liberal Party has directed criticism at the Conservative Party for allowing Alejandro Barrios among their ranks, pointing to his far-right views as an example of the party accommodating extremists. Yeah, we'll do that. What we need to get some type of foreign investment rights. How about in Argentina? Well, or in a place that has a lot of people. The Cape Colony will accept. Ooh. They'll take this for nothing? I'll take that. I think there are very few cities in the world with crime close to zero. Maybe Switzerland. Some very small inland cities. El Salvador or Zarbuckle. Yeah. Yeah, there's no place without crime. I don't think... And crime here in New York City, I don't think is, like, outrageously high compared to other places. I mean, I don't know what the statistics are, but I can tell you just from the feeling walking around the city, that's what it's like. But the right wing in this country really does like to make it sound like the city is on fire constantly, and it's not. Alright, let's, so these guys are in the British market. Oops. Let's just start building. Ooh, steel and motors, hey. So they need wood, huh? And then let's build some tooling there. Let's see, where else can we get? We need some investment rights in places that have people to work it. I mean, from a strict point of view, there is no city without crime. No city without crime. After piracy is a crime. Yeah, exactly, right? There's always there's always people stealing movies and stuff. So there's always that. I don't want to get... Yeah, they don't want that. Yeah, Mexico doesn't really like us. Chile. Ooh. Hello, Chile. And trade privileges. We will take that. We'll take Argentina. And we'll take Ecuador. And we have trade privileges. So let's lay the groundwork. Wait, who has gold? Thank you. We will take that. Who has sulfur? Because we have trade privileges now. Patagonia. We will take all your sulfur. We'll take your rubber. Ooh, Antioquia. Okay. So we're going to build some oil rigs, but Antioquia needs a railroad. In New York, they only don't steal your head because they can't. They don't steal your head because it's not worth anything. That's why. We would take it if it was worth something. Actually, my wife saw this really funny TikTok about, there was this person on the New York City subway, and there was a tourist. Who's building this railroad? My private queue, right? Yeah, good job, guys. It was a tourist, and the kid. We're gonna run into a major problem here in a moment. The kid saw a rat on the subway, was getting scared, and the dad was like, "Listen, the rat is more afraid of you than you are of it." And the person making the TikTok was like, "I really wanted to be like, actually, sir, you're wrong. Here in New York, the rat is not afraid of you. You should be more afraid of it." All right. What do we? I'm going to take a very quick break. Go get some water. Go to the bathroom, and I will be right back. All right. And we're back. You know, I'm realizing I should have done these trade agreements much sooner than this. Okay. Yeah, you know, we are paying a lot of subventions on sulfur. And coal and tools. I think we need to calm down with that. Woof. Yeah, look at this. Okay. So we won't tariff it, but we don't need to pay for that. Same thing here. Same thing here. What are we subsidizing? Oh yeah, those military shipyards. I forgot we were doing that. You know, we could try to... Yeah. Alright, let's stop subsidizing this. Because our budget is getting a little out of hand now. Military wages, goods for government, for military buildings. It's our wages that are really outrageous. I don't want to raise taxes. Ham, try selling me a pen. Absolutely love that scene in that movie. It's a good pen. It's a nice color. No. Listen, hey Barney, would you write down my number real quick? Do you have a pen? Oh, you don't? I have a nice little pen to sell you. Okay. So our labor movement is still not helping us. What the hell, dude? Oh, yeah. Wait. No, yeah. They're in there. Oh. Because... How are the trade unions... This movement should have humanitarian as one of its things. I feel like... Wait, I feel like the UI here is like a little different. You know, okay. Okay, so if the Radical Party wins this election, we can put them into government without taking on any radicals. Then we might be able to get moving on that. See, the other thing is now, I feel like maybe... Oh, good. Here we go. Yeah, going to laissez-faire is not going to be that great for us right now because we don't have a very large investment pool. Yeah, that's part of our problem here. We're taking on the vast majority of the construction costs. I kind of messed up in not paying attention to the investment pool close enough. I should have. Parties, particularly the Radical Party, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaigning needs this election. Well, yeah, what's a little bit of money when you're already going into massive debt? Ooh, and the Liberal Party might catch up to them anyway, so let's do that. You know, we could start thinking about doing a power block. Though I think... Ah, here we go. What happens if we just throw them all out and just take... Ah, yes. Okay. So we can get them all in there. So let's do that. The trade unions have their president, who ended up losing some authority because of it. Oh, improved relation speed, actually. Yeah, that will be kind of beneficial to us right now. Alright, so can we make this guy... Yes. Well, hold on. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so this will get the trade unions on our side for that. Hey, nice new outfit, Mr. Carr. Alright, so now we got a chance. So let's do it. Multiculturalism. Here we go. So we're building... What could I give you if we exchanged it now? Let's see. What if I gave you no tariffs on your tools? No tariffs on tools. No tariffs on that. I don't want to do clothes. Yeah, liquor. I don't want to give away investment rights to us. A treaty port. I'm not giving you a treaty port. Yeah, I'm not giving you coal either. Yeah, I'll just give you... Can I get just all these no tariffs thing? There is an achievement where you add like 10 articles. Yeah, no, look, it's not changing anymore. Okay. No, so maybe Spain's not it. With arrested communists beginning to stream into Central American prisons, figures within the government have suggested deporting the non-citizens among them to Sweden aboard a chartered cargo ship. Ooh. Yeah, the petite bourgeoisie are pissed. Alright, fine. Let's do that. The armed forces suggest a more hardline foreign policy towards Mosquito Kingdom due to our poor relations. Yeah, we can make the armed forces a little happier. I don't mind that. Protesters. Oh, hello there. Hespartu. Hey, Hespartu. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. Welcome in. Protesters inspired by the fierce rhetoric of Johann Guzman have carried out a march in San Salvador calling for military intervention against the communist regime in Sweden. Hum. Hum-da-dum-bum. Yeah, let's do it. Is this something we can get involved in? The anarchist revolt. Well, let's get an obligation. Maybe we can get investment rights with them and not have to do anything with this war. Hell, we could even send somebody. Why not? Alright. So we've got... Can we even reach this war? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, the cavalry. No. We want you advance. Yeah. Whoops. Who are we fighting? Who's on their side? Oh. Oh, Schleswig. Oh no, they're on our side. Yeah, we can't even get to this war, so... Sorry guys, false alarm. Ah, law progress to study. Excellent, excellent. Because we could really use this law. We are spiraling out of control into debt. We need to get this investment pool up. Honestly, what we really need to do right now is scale back some of these things. There we go. So we're going to scale that back a little bit. Wow, look at this sprawling city here. What city is this? Alright, budget is a little bit better now. Where do we have an uncollected taxes? In Guatemala and Osaka. Okay. Why? We're over our taxation capacity. And they're over their taxation capacity by a lot. We'll do a little bit. We don't want to chase bureaucracy though. Policemen chasing rumors of an allegedly planned communist uprising in Cundinamarca had stirred significant fear amongst the area's public. Local skeptics decry the disturbance as terrorism in itself. Yeah, we don't want to piss off the petite bourgeoisie anymore. Hello, Talis Valeva. Welcome in. Thank you for the subscribe. All right, where else? We went after Veracruz now. Yeah, still. The use of filing cabinets in the government administration has drastically increased the effectiveness of state bureaucracy. Oh, hell yeah. Mass scale trading. Excellent. Alright, you know, we really can decrease some bureaucracy, unless we want to increase something here. You know, honestly, yeah, let's go down on that. Where are we? The French flu. A massive outbreak of an especially deadly strain of flu has broken out in Champagne. It threatens to spread rapidly, potentially escalating into a global pandemic. Too soon. Too soon. I mean, the thing is, though, we kind of need this. But maybe we can decrease the government admins a little bit elsewhere. Like, where do we have a lot? Guatemala. Oh. Yeah, we actually don't need tons here. San Salvador is well over its taxation capacity. So let's get rid of one of those. Yeah, does Antioquia need 5? Oh, yeah, it does. Antioquia needs a railroad, to be honest. Prominent members of the trade unions, outspoken supporters of multiculturalism, and close allies of Jonathan Carr have been exposed in a corruption scandal, having exchanged political favors for personal gifts. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. We'll take the setback. It might be a bad thing to do, but we're going to do it anyway. Uh-oh, our side's losing this war that we can't do anything about. I wonder if we can... I wonder, can we get some type of military access? Not even an option. Why are some unavailable? Oh, we don't have a strategic interest here. I'm not going to go all out to get involved in that war. If we get the... Oh, well, actually, I think we already get the obligation. Hey, we're back up to 8th. Hello, 8th. Yeah, we get it anyway. Hey, wonder why Nepal owes us an obligation. So that, and how about... I don't really want to give you military assistance, though. What else could we give them? Yeah, I don't really want to give you... Well, 45% chance. I wonder if we lose the obligation if they say no. Let's find out. Oh. Well, they took it anyway. Let's go to Nepal. What can we build there? Okay, they've got some people. Whoa, hello. Hey, here we go. Labor saving on the oil rigs. More transportation from that stuff. Alright, so let's go to our oil rigs. I forget where ours are. First of all, when are we getting combustion engine? Oh my god. No, but if we can get art silk. Ooh, yeah, and make our own silk. Okay. Where's our oil rigs? So first of all, let's start exporting oil. An enterprising entertainer has arranged for 2 aging locomotives to run into each other at a local fair. The resulting collision may pose a danger to the crowd, although that hasn't stopped Eugenio Garrigo, leader of the petite bourgeoisie, from declaring that he will have a front row seat at the event. Who the hell is this guy? Oh, our petite bourgeoisie guy. Ugh, I don't want... I need to lower disapproval from the petite bourgeoisie, so I guess we're going to let this go. Let's see, what did Honduras end up getting? Ah, things smashed up well. Alright, good. Glad to hear that. Alright, we need to be building more. Yeah, let's build a bunch of railways in other places. And then they can import my motors. Oh, power plants. Wait, what? Wait, did we get... Oh, didn't realize we got electrical generation. Oops. It is time to build some power plants. Oh, wait. I didn't realize our... Oh my god. Our private sector has been building them all along. Okay, hold on. When did all of this happen? So let's get rid of all of these. Some shopkeepers have expressed opposition to the equal treatment of Afro-Caribbean people under the multiculturalism law, announcing that they will refuse them service. Damn. Okay, well, let's build power plants abroad then. Alright, that's good for now. The recent expansion of the power plants in Guatemala has inspired faith in a future where all of Central America is electrified. No, yeah, give us this. Give us this. Okay. Alrighty. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Colonization completed. Alright. Following government hearings into the activities of the communist regime in Sweden, newspapers across Central America have reported sensational stories about all adult women in Sweden being nationalized as common property. The communists are coming for our women! Yeah, we don't really care what the landowners think because they're marginalized. We'll do that. Oh, we have an interest in Congo. Oh, we can declare 4 interests. Okay. So, before we do it, let's take a look at the world market. Let's take a look at clothes, because we do have a clothing company. Oh. No, yeah, dyes we don't need. Clothing. So the Americans, the Portuguese. Oh, Piedmont. Alright, let's double check this. Britain, Spain, Portugal, Russia, France. Okay, so we might want to declare an interest in Italy. All of these large markets. How many more do we have? We have 1 more. Let's double check a couple other markets here. Ironclads. Do we have... I'm sure we have an interest in Prussia, right? Yeah, we'll do Southern Africa since we can build there. Okay. Investment pool slowly but surely going up. Okay, so now we have a bunch of power plants that I am not utilizing well. Guatemala has 5 of them, Jesus. Okay, so let's take a look at our logging camps. Everybody go to electric sawmills. So let's take a look at somewhere like Guatemala. Oh, well, actually, hold on. Our urban centers. I always forget. The urban centers are in the urban tab. That makes sense. Electric street lights will adapt. Public trans. Okay. So let's expand all of these. It would be nice to have one in Panama too. Ooh, the Spanish Socialist Revolt. An obligation. Yeah, you guys aren't winning that. Well, we can't get on this one anymore. Waited too long. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, so how's our company doing here? They're all doing kind of bad. Ooh, we are teetering on the edge here. What is going on? These ports. These foreign ports are killing me. The port in Panama. Yeah, we really need to be exporting these merchant marines more. I will actually pay for more. Oh, and I forgot to upgrade our trade centers. Mass scale trading. Oh, there we go. That'll make... Oh, hold on. Before that subvention goes into force... Ah, it already did. Damn it. Okay. Shouldn't have done that. Because if we lose prestige with the Panama Canal Company, we're going to lose a company slot. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of multiculturalism by Jonathan Carr has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the trade unions. Oh man, I don't want to take... We're going to get a setback no matter what. What will it... I forget what it'll reset to. I forget... what did it start with? Yeah, let's just take this one. We'll get the setback, let it reset. That'll give us what we need. Can we get another agitator in? No. How much longer for that? 2 more years. Okay. What was this one? Oh yeah, we don't want to piss off the British. No trade privileges for them. Yep, legislative failures. To be expected. To have investment rights in Brazil. Although they'll have investment rights for us. Alright, what if we just do trade privileges here? Hmm. A 45% chance. Now let's just keep it with trade privileges and see what happens. Oh, it's a 10% chance. Ooh, synthetics plants. Well, we don't really need it, but we need to get to art silk. Alright, this is useless. Goodbye. Tech. Let's get... Oh! Never mind. We're getting tech spread on it. Here we go. This will be very helpful. Some labor-saving PMs. So we'll do that next. Let's get that. Oh yeah, mechanized farming. And then... Oh yeah, then we'll do that. Actually, yeah, we'll do... Then we'll go back to mechanized farming. Didn't we get... There was something that I didn't end up... A PM we unlocked for farming that I didn't use. To outside observers, the trade unions may appear firmly committed to the idea of multiculturalism, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, a clique of dissenters have finally had enough. And have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. Damn. But we can't take that, it'll kill it. We are teetering on the edge here. Alright, where's our farms? Is it millet farms we have here? Rice farms? Yeah, we could do that, but... Yeah, there we go. Because what is grain in our market? It's bad. Okay. And then... Alright. Now grain is a little bit more manageable. The health system is high, the education system is high. A newspaper called the Honduras Gazette. Oh, Erwin Dietzel died. Has printed a bigoted article about the Latvian people living there. We can suppress the article or we can let it be released. Fine. Do that. The relatively lenient Central American immigration system has long been attractive to those fleeing their home nations. Recently, Ole Falsen has petitioned to join the stream of people moving to Central America. A petit bourgeoisie ethno-nationalist. Oof. No, thank you. League of the Golden Fleece. A military treaty. Not helpful to us. Whoa. Alright, you know, we haven't saved. We haven't saved this entire session. It is time to save. Okay. The Socialist Trade Union, citing international solidarity with the proletariat of Sweden, have defected from the Anti-Dutch Association to support their Swedish allies. The Anti-Dutch Association. Okay. Man, there are a lot of people joining that war. The French flu spreads. The deadly French flu has appeared in Central American Gabon. The pandemic is quickly becoming a global crisis. French flu appears in Central American Gabon, increasing mortality for the next 6 months. The state may get hit by further waves. It's flu pandemic to the journal. A deadly flu pandemic is ravaging the globe. The government's response to this plague will determine the fate of thousands, perhaps millions of lives. The deadly French flu has appeared in Central America and Western New Guinea. The pandemic is quickly becoming a global crisis. Okay. More pragmatically inclined members of the intelligentsia currently opposed to the passing of multiculturalism have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the trade unions. Yeah, we need this. Sorry, trade unions. We gotta take it. Alright, we gotta build more. Build. Could use more. Okay, why is Antioquia always having a problem here? Damn, okay. So we're well over infrastructure. Let's build that. Let's build 3 more of that. And then let's increase the trade center capacity. How's Guatemala's trade center doing? Okay. Oh no, the deadly French flu has appeared in Honduras. The pandemic is quickly becoming a global crisis. Oh man. I thought we were supposed to have a decision that we can make. Ah, okay, our motors company is prosperous finally. I thought we were supposed to have a decision we could make about this. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. The deadly French flu has appeared in Costa Rica. I forget what to do with this. Yeah, we can't increase any of this stuff. Unfortunately. All right. Well, we need to keep building. The recent expansion of the oil rigs in Antioquia has boosted confidence in Central America's future as an oil producer. Oh yes. Can we progress towards that combustion engine? Let's take a look here. The Motors Company is now prosperous. We need you to become prosperous. Why is this one not doing well? Alright, there we go. That's much better. A stream of wealthy Swedish immigrants fleeing the communist regime in Sweden have sought shelter in Central America, bringing with them tales of revolutionary terror and unbridled proletarian excess. Ooh, Guatemala gets migration traction. I'd rather take that. So now this, okay, is increasing up a little bit. Man, lawmakers working towards the enactment of multiculturalism have found themselves mirrored in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. Yeah, we gotta take this one. The French flu appeared in Antioquia. Damn. Oof. Okay. Let's see. Actually, how are we doing with oil? How are our oil rigs? Yeah, we're not utilizing it enough. Oh yeah, don't we... We don't have any rubber yet. So let's build up some rubber. Once those build, we'll we'll start utilizing it in the textile mills. Ugh. I need to make these guys a little bit happier. Now it's in Guatemala. God, we are gonna... Probably gonna fail that journal entry. Brazil, can we do anything with you yet? %52% chance of this. Now, I really just want the trade rights. If I give them an obligation. Alright. I've got rid of that and add this. I don't understand why. Fine. We'll owe you an obligation. I want those trade privileges. Alright, good. So we can start trading there. Alright, well, I think we're at our stopping point for this afternoon. Yeah, so I think we're at our stopping point. So we had a pretty good run for this first session today. Well, we dropped down to 10th, but we're still at great power. That'll move up soon. Yeah, so that'll be it for now. So the next time I'll be on will be tonight. I'll be doing another session of Victoria 3 here, where we continue this run. We're in 1912. I think actually after tonight's session and then Wednesday night's session might be the end of our Central America run. We will see. So yeah, I'll be back on tonight between like 8:15, 8:30. So that's in about 7 hours from now, depending on the time zone you're in, but it'll be 7 hours from now. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, consider giving me a follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube so you can be alerted to the next time I'm on. Other than that, have a good rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you guys later tonight. Be awesome.